Hey everybody, this is Robert here for another Redneck review. Today we are going back to the Superior Spider-Man, and I've got to say, this one is probably the best story arc I've read so far in the Superior Spider-Man. Uh, this new arc is called Darkest Hours, Superior Spider-Man. It shows Dr. Octavius Spider-Man here, and right behind him is the Venom symbol. So we are going to have a little old-fashioned hero versus double battle here. Alright, well, it starts off, as it always does in Spider-Man, in New York, where they're at the West Side train yard in Manhattan, where we see thugs pulling some stuff off the truck. And basically, they're pulling off grenades and stuff like that. This is Venom's, it starts off with them here. There's no doubt about it. Those guys are dressed like the Crime Masters goons. And arms dealing was his specialty. All of which adds up to very bad news for Betty, considering the most recent crime master was her brother. And we thought she killed him. If Bennett survives somehow, if he's back, Betty Brant is in deep trouble. So I didn't really read the Venom comic, but this one right here just shows Venom and Betty Brant. Apparently, the new Venom was Flash Thompson, the high school bully to Peter Parker, and the eternal fan of Spider-Man. So it's got these dualities about it. But in this latest iteration, and after the days of Spider-Man One More Day, he lost his legs and was basically chosen by the government to be the host for the Venom symbiote. So this Venom is not Eddie Brock, it's not Matt Gargan, the former Scorpion. It is Flash Thompson, and he's called Agent Venom now. He's not the slobbering, ubering mess. He's just a secret agent and a weapon for the government now. And he's also been a secret Avenger. Anyway, it goes back to those two and goes, "It's okay, it's me, Flash Thompson, in control of the symbiote." Otherwise I'd be all drool and jacked up muscle. I know that you think I called you because I enjoy reunions with ex-boyfriends, Betty tells him. I figured this was a job for Agent Venom, or whatever you call yourself when you're like that. I'm researching a story in the changing face of organized crime. In the city, tip led me to them. And we see Venom over here. He wants the Crime Master. He is desperate to get this guy. And one of the cool things about Venom, this new one, is he has the ability to shapeshift and turn into what he needs to. But he's after this Crime Master. I don't know why. Like I said, I didn't get Venom the comic book. I wish I had, because it sounds pretty awesome. But he's trying to take out the Crime Master's goons. And he tells his ex-girlfriend Betty to be careful. He doesn't want anything to happen to her. Well, the story changes again into a room of scientists, and they're all being led like little Nazis on a parade by Peter Parker, or the Otto Octavius Peter Parker. Listen to this little monologue. Congratulate yourselves. Today you join an organization that will shake the very foundations of human civilization. This is my promise to you through unity, determination, and loyalty, by your unswerving dedication to my unparalleled vision. We shall crush any foolish enough to challenge us. We will rise to the heights undreamed by those with lesser minds, and sooner than anyone ever dreamed possible, the world will bend its collective knee to Parker Industries. You can't read that, I know it's pixelated, but it goes on this wonderful evil monologue where Dr. Octopus is still Dr. Octopus a little bit, you know. A revolution in startups and overthrow on the technological sector. Mark my word, and mark them well. Together we will rule the world of science, and in celebration of our first day, there is a cake in the cafeteria. Don't expect that to be a regular thing. So he's good enough to have cake in the cafeteria, but he's not good enough for them to get it every day. That's that's pretty cool. I've got to say this was a great issue that had lots of funny moments. Well, anyway, it goes on. He's looking at all this stuff now that he has this grant and this new life of his, and he's just basking in it. All of a sudden, he finds out that Aunt May and her new husband, which is J. Jonah Jameson's father, are his biggest contract supporters. They're his investment holders, and he wants to. He finds out they're in there taking a look around. He's like, I'm going to go and take care of our biggest supporters and show them that I can handle this. And we see Aunt May, because she still thinks this is Peter Parker in there. She doesn't know that it's Dr. Octopus, and she is just going around wanting to see how her nephew is handling this amazing venture he has in here. And she's just amazed that all these people are following him and everything. And when they're in here, they're talking to Dr. Wortham. This is basically a guy that was cardiac. He's going to be coming up, and when I do a re-review of older Spider-Man comic. But anyway, we have these other people who are in here who are trying to they're working through medical technology now. It's a medical sector of it. You took over the Feast Center after the horrible business with Martin Lee turning out to be a criminal. I used to volunteer there. And this is Aunt May saying that because she's looking around here. She recognizes Cardiac. It's human persona. He goes, "Bless you, Dr. Wortham. Whether it's problems that place address a real name in the community, and I'm so glad you're doing such a good work with it." So it's just a typical Aunt May, the salt of the earth, coming around here. And she goes, "Of course, I call it the Heart Clinic now. In fact, it's part of the reason I'm here." Spider-Man, he goes, "After all the time and money that Energy Peter, and thanks to him, Spider-Man, I've devoted to the clinic, I could do no less." And we see the new little girlfriend of Dr. Otto Octavius right here. And she's working in the lab. She's working for Parker now. Or the evil Dr. Octopus. And Aunt May sort of makes this sort of strange comment. "Oh, Jay, isn't Parker's commitment to diversity wonderful?" And it's just this crazy moment where he goes, "Oh, honey," she goes, "Oh, I hope that didn't sound too bigoted, too racist." He goes, "No." She goes, "I know your heart was in the right place. No need." He goes on, and Dr. Octopus comes in here, and Parker's bar goes, "Aunt May, Jay, I'm so sorry to keep you waiting." "Well, you're a busy man, Mr. CEO. It's fine. Dr. Wortham showed us around. And I must say, it's impressive. You certainly have put your every penny to excellent use." And they're just gushing over this guy that isn't even their nephew anymore. It's kind of sad. Well, anyway, we have also in the other part of the storyline where it's Parker's ex-girlfriend coming in here looking for a connection between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus. She hasn't quite figured out that Dr. Octopus is in Spider-Man's body yet, but she has figured out that that there is a connection, and they know that Dr. Octopus is on them. She finds this spider bot right here on the outside of the window. You can't really see that, but anyway, that's what we're talking about right here. Anyway, she says, "Whatever, Peter Parker and Spider-Man better pray Carly is okay, because now that I'm here, he's dirty. I'm bringing him in, dead or alive." So she's going to bring Spider-Man in because she knows what's going on. So that's an important part of the story here, and they're giving it to us in these little itty-bitty pieces. And I want them just to do a full arc where Peter Parker comes back. I'm tired of Otto Octavius. But for this particular story, this arc right here, I'm actually liking it. Okay, well anyway, it goes on in Pier 64 along the Hudson where Parker Industries is. It's incredible. Jay and Aunt May are leaving. They're getting ready to go home, but they tell him, "It's incredible, Peter. We're very impressed and looking forward to being impressed by your lady friend. I know, Aunt May. I'm going to confirm it right now. So he's got these plans to show his new girlfriend, Dr. Otto Octavius, to, her name's Anna Maria. And she is, like I said, she's a midget. She's a shorter person. And he wants to show it to Aunt May. And she's actually a pretty cool character. She's smarter than Peter is, than Dr. Octavius is. But he's starting to like it. I like that he has a little bit of a human edge to him right here. He goes, Anna Maria, come on in. And we see her in this dark room where she has been working with fish. And she's been thinking about the bottom of the ocean, where all those fish down there, they create their own light to see. So she used the ability to, she goes, well, most fish that make their own light live at the lower depths, like she said. They're not pretty or tasty, so I've genetically engineered that attribute in other species. So she's taking the fluorescent gene and putting in other things. Glow-in-the-dark, sushi, or nightclubs, aquariums that double as lamps, algae powder, security lights, that work even when backup generators fail. Neat, huh? And so she just thought of this, she said, out of the, while she was eating lunch one day. So that's pretty cool. It's for more than that, and it's this awesome little moment that we found out that Dr. Otto Octavius is a little bit more than just a thug, more than that. It's magical. Anna Maria, would you like to meet, well, my parents? Now, moving kind of fast, aren't you, Slick? But that's what I like about you, she says. You want a doctorate, you get it. Your own company, boom, there it is, it's yours. You help out Spider-Man, you look after your aunt. Anything you want to do, you just do it. And do it well, no excuses, just results. You're amazing. Thank you. I had a close call recently. It made me realize life is... And she's in this little pet, and she's a midget. She goes, don't say sure. It's I thought that was pretty funny. And they had this wonderful, touching moment. Well, anyway, later on Spider Island, we find out that with all this stuff with Venom and everything, they're... the Spider Island, the Arachnauts are monitoring everything's going on with Venom, and they proceed to go and talk to Spider-Man. He goes, I hope for your sake, this is important. You couldn't have had a worse time. And look at the art in here. Look how beautiful it all looks. I think it's pretty awesome. He couldn't have had a worse time. I was right in the middle of... Never mind, what is it? Venom and Crime Master. Is that confirmed? No, you did well listening carefully to my instructions. We have a visual on you, boss. About time. Do not slow your pace. Time is of the essence. Sir, you brought them as you instructed, sir. And said, good. Take the old one while I ensure the police will not get underfoot. Secure line. Call Chief Pratchett. So he goes over here and hands Spider-Man these new gloves, which apparently special equipment he needs, and he's getting the permission from the police to go in. And he tells him, I need the mayor's approval to let Spider-Man in. And in the last couple issues, J. Jonah Jameson has been under the thumb of the Superior Spider-Man because he has blackmail on him. So he just goes over here, and Jonah Jameson doesn't like Spider-Man to begin with. He goes, of course Spider-Man has my full consent. Why wouldn't he? Now, do as he says. Blast it. Miss Grant, I want real-time updates on this. I'll take care of it, Mr. Mayor, Grant tells her. But it's all keeping up appearances, he says. It's I have no say in this. A shoot out in my city, and I'm a spectator. I can't go on like this, blackmailed by the wall-crawler menace. I was right about him all along. For all the good it does me, because I made the mistake of trusting him, I'm now his rubber stamp, his puppet, his lackey, his clown. No different than those tiny infernal robots Wait. That's it. I know exactly what I have to do. So, there's probably going to be a story arc coming up here soon where J. Jonah Jameson is going to go head-to-head with the Superior Spider-Man in a public thing. So, I'm looking forward to that. Getting back to some classic Spider-Man stuff. Well, anyway, we move back to the heist under the docks, and Venom is just laying into the Crime Master's family. He is blasting, punching, and everything in the way. Well, and all of a sudden, kaboom, the arachnonauts and Spider-Man blow through here. On your hands and knees, hands above your head, this is your only warning. And apparently, this guy who's supposed to be the crime master is not the real crime master. He's a cover man who was sent there by the goblins that have been popping up. And he's just begging, please, I just want out of here. I don't want to be part of this. I'm in too deep. Well, anyway, Venom's like, wow, that was easy. I'm glad you got here, Spider-Man. It's good to see you, fellow Avenger. And Spider-Man goes, what? I'm not here for that idiot. I'm here for you. And he lets out these flamethrower gauntlets. So now Spider-Man has a flamethrower. I'm actually okay with it. I like how Dr. Octavius is taking the suit. And the only things that can hurt this symbiote are heat and sound. He goes, God, that hurts. Keep it together, Thompson. Can't let the symbiote take control. And he thinks that Spider-Man, again, just doesn't understand what's going on. He thinks that, I used to be a villain. The Venom has always been a brooding mass. And he didn't even know I was an Avenger at one point. So he's trying to calm the situation down. And he's trying to talk to Spider-Man. But the more... Dr. Octavius has the mental advantage. And he's trying to talk Spider-Man down, and they get into this fight with this amazing art style, and he goes, yeah, it's me, Flash Thompson, but it's not what you think. I'm in control of the symbiote. He's trying to tell him that the symbiote is not in control, he is. And, maybe I should told you before what... He goes, and all of a sudden he gets knocked out by Spider-Man. He goes, sorry, Flash, you must have me confused with someone who cares. And it's an awesome little comic, and it brings together two of my favorite characters, Spider-Man and Venom. Well, anyway, guys, altogether, this Redneck review for Superior Spider-Man number 22 is pretty good. I mean, the art was great. It's still the initiative style, still done by, Dan Slott and Christopher Cage, the writers, and Humberto Ramos is the penciler this time. Like I said, I liked it. For the art, I'm going to give it a 4.5. The story, I'm going to give a 5 because it's good opening art. The only reason I say a 4.5 on the art is it has a couple of advertisements. It's a $3.99 book. And when you have all these advertisements, I gotta agree with our founder, Lane White. I mean, I just don't feel like paying for lesser covers, lesser pages. Alright, guys, so that's your Redneck review. Again, that's a 4.5 on the art and a 5 on the actual story. It was good opening art. Got a lot of my favorite characters in this story, and I've enjoyed it. So thank you so much. This is Robert the Red Prince from Redneck Reviews. Goodbye, and God bless.